Okay, so let me take this off. Ooh, girl, it's itchy. Okay, let's start. So basically, yes, I am recording 2 videos in one day. My Fate video, which should already be on the channel. So if you haven't watched that, please go, because I consider it to be one of my best videos of all time up until this point. And this video, which you will see after my second Fate video, because yes, like I said in my first Fate video, I do plan to milk that show for as many views as it could possibly give me. So, yeah. So basically, there will be 2 Fate videos. There will be the one that's already on the channel, the analysis of Fate, the Winx Club saga. The Winx saga. Ooh, girl. I can't even remember the name. It was that bad. And then there will also, after that one, be a ranking the characters of Fate, the Winx Saga, which I will do my analysis, my further analysis of that show through the characters. And then there's this video. And then you'll see this video. But that'll only happen if Editing Jan wakes the f up from hibernation and actually get the shit done. Because, I don't know, he just doesn't want to do his job anymore right now. So, yeah. Now let's start the video. So, like I do every single one of my videos, I have my notes right here. So if I'm looking down at something, this is what I'm looking at. And basically, I am going to go over my negatives and my positives for the series. And this time, I have an equal amount of negatives and positives. So I am going to go back and forth, like I did in my Cobra Kai video. Also, if you haven't watched that video, please go watch it. It was also a good video. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm going to go into it right now. Alrighty, so my first positive for Bridgerton is the fact that they tried with diversity in the first place. Basically, I like that they even thought about putting black people in the Regency era. I love seeing that. I loved seeing the Queen being a black woman who was very proud of her skin color. I loved that. I also loved that Simon, the Duke of Hastings, was a black man. Loved that to death. But again, this leads into my first negative, which would be the colorblind casting that they marketed this show with, and the lack of it. Yeah, because if this was a truly colorblind casting, I would have seen more Asian people of both North and South descent. I would have seen more Latinx people. And I sure would have liked to see more younger, darker-skinned people. Meaning a darker-skinned man who wasn't the father, Simon's deadbeat dad, or Will. Like, they had 2 darker-skinned black people in there, but it was overwhelmingly light-skinned on their part. So, yeah. So, going back to the positives, my second positive is the fact that they tried modernizing the Regency era. I love their little hints of classical renditions of all Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift. Mwah! Amazing! I loved hearing Bad Guy on the violins. Wow, that shit just made my life. Like, I was just like, I was enjoying my life watching those scenes. But we have to go back to the negatives and talk about my hatred for Anthony Bridgerton. I can't stand him. He tries his best to stop the Duke of Hastings from marrying Daphne, from being with Daphne. And I know he was doing it out of love for his sister, and he didn't want to see her get hurt, but his manhood would not allow her to make that decision for herself. So, it got so bad that him and the Duke of Hastings actually almost dueled. Because it was that bad. Like, he just would not at all. He didn't want her to be with him. Anthony didn't want him to be with her. And it was a whole mess on his part. And that's why I hate him as a character. And another positive of mine is Eloise as a character. I love Eloise. And this also goes back to the modernizing the Regency era by sprinkling Eloise's activism, her feminism, her feminist activism. And I love how she tried so desperately to forge her own path outside of the debutante life. She didn't want to be a debutante. She hated everything about it. And I love how they had her in there. I love how they did that. That was a nice touch, Shonda. My last and final negative would be my hatred of the main relationship, as in Simon and Daphne. So, basically, Simon had a lot of trauma surrounding his dad, so he said, I will not bear any children. I will be the last Hastings. The Hastings line will die with me. And all that shit. And Daphne wanted children. And this bitch did not know how children were made. Apparently. How the f*** do you not know how children are made? But, you know, that's fine. And so, basically, Daphne rapes the shit out of Simon. Okay? And she makes him ejaculate inside of her. I mean, this is the best way I can put it. Demonetization, here the fuck I come. But that's the best way I can put it. And she basically violates him in that manner. And then they stop talking to each other for like a good half the series. They stop talking to each other after having sexual intercourse up and down the fucking villa. Yeah, they did that too. That honeymoon phase was life for them. But yeah, they stopped talking to each other for like half the series, and then they reconciled at the end. But I still don't like their relationship. I don't like that Daphne did that after she found out children were made. I don't like that. So, yes. So now I'm going to go into my nitpicks for this series, and the first one is Lady Whistledown should have been more fleshed out. They wanted this to be like a Gossip Girl meets Regency period drama, and they failed in the fact that in Gossip Girl, we go the entire length of the series not knowing who Gossip Girl truly was. And where Bridgerton went wrong is I guess they thought they wouldn't get a season 2, or I guess they thought they would get canceled. So they just went ahead and revealed Lady Whistledown like that. They just revealed her. They were like, oh yeah, Lady Whistledown. Here they are, right there. That's Lady Whistledown. Woo, I'm Lady Whistledown, woo! And it was just like, great. I mean, I was living for it because another one of my favorite characters happens to be Lady Whistledown. That's as much as I can say. But I lived for that moment. But I really think the only reason it impacted me as much as it did, I think the only reason I lived for that moment was because of the fact that one of my favorite characters happened to be Whistledown. And I knew it. I called it from the start. Yeah, I caught that shit from the start. Like, come on. But yeah. So my second nitpick and my last point for this video would be the costumes should have been historically accurate. I am a fashion, okay? I go to period dramas for the costumes. So if the costumes are not historically accurate, then what the fuck is even the point? And I know they were trying to modernize the Regency era, but you did it perfectly within the music and putting black people in high society. You did it perfectly with that. So why did you didn't even have to do it with the costumes. You could have kept the costumes historically accurate and it still would have been fine. I would have liked it even more if the costumes were historically accurate. So yeah, that's the end of this video, and now I'm gonna go to my outro. I'm gonna do my outro now because I am really tired. So yeah, let's do that. So if you like my person, if you like me, if you like anything I talked about in this video, you can go follow my Instagrams at January Katsugi, Glamour by January, and Beetle with No Juice. And if you liked my person, if you liked anything else I did, if you want to see more of me, you can go follow my TikTok at KatsugiJan. And with that being said, I am going to get up and do something better with my life. Finally. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Mwah.